Ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome to Fabricio Andrade up against John Lineker at One on Prime Video 3 in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Finally, we're leaving Singapore. This is a big show, massive main event, world title on the line. You've been waiting a long time for this. It's finally here. How do you feel now it's upon you?
Honestly, feels like naturally, for me. I think I've been like mentalizing this moment for so long that everything just feels normal for me right now.
I know that fighters at the top level, you have to believe you're the best to achieve something in this game. But when you went into that fight with Mark Abelardo, which was kind of last minute, right? Did you envision yourself getting to this stage and fighting a guy that you've been watching for years, like John Lineker, for the belt?
Yeah, first like when he went out of UFC and signed with One, and I was already like, even though I was not signed with One, I wanted to sign with them already at the time. So when he went to One, I was in my brain, I was like, one day I'm gonna sign with One, and then I'm gonna fight him. There's like a lot of stuff that I probably like don't tell anyone, but in my brain, I is already like played out everything. So and that's one of the reason why right after I finished Mark, he was the first guy that I call out was John Lineker in a very respective way.
It's been an amazing story ever since then. I think you had one decision right, but you've just smashed everybody. You've done it with a lot of style. Have you surprised yourself in the way that it's happened at all?
No, like I it's like I'm saying, like I have mentalized all this road, all what is happening. I have already like mentalized because I know like the work I have put in all those years, and I was just waiting for the opportunity. And the only fight that it didn't play how I expect was the one that went to decision because I wanted to finish that one as well.
Has it ever been difficult for you? You're a young guy, but there's all these things around in life like beers, pizzas, women. Has it ever been hard for you to avoid like the distraction and just give in to a bit of like no discipline sometimes?
Yeah, like before there was not an option, for me because I didn't have money. I didn't have like all the stuff that I have now. So that was not an option. Of course, I wanted to do this stuff, but that was not an option. No, I had to keep focused. But now it is an option for me. I can do like many stuff that I could not do before. But I think the fact that for me, I'm just getting started. Like in my brain, I haven't done anything yet. I'm just getting started. And for me now is the first step is to beat a name that's John Lineker. He got a name behind him, and I need to beat a guy like him. So for me, I'm just getting started. So I try to don't think about anything else and just stay like 100% focused.
We've seen some great Brazilians in one championship and this sport on the whole. Where do you rank this fight in terms of Brazilian history? Because it's quite cool having the next gen talent like you and then the OG talent like Lineker. This is a big deal for your country, would you say?
Yeah, I think in one championship, that's the biggest fighters between two guys from the same country, because like I said, he have a big name, especially like in Brazil. Everybody knows him. Like I watched the guy like since I was like 14 years old. I in 2012 he was already in the UFC. So I've known him for a long, long time, and I know like that a lot of people knows him and I like respect him a lot. But like he's kind of like not on his prime anymore. I would say he was still in his prime because he's still young, but I don't believe we are on the same level. I believe I'm a level above him and all of those guys. But they style as well makes these fights very entertaining because like everybody knows somebody's gonna get knocked out.
Well, that's why, I mean, like I said, I think you've had one decision and you've just done so many stylish knockouts, like real bonus worthy knockouts. And Lineker, he looks like he's having fun in one, right? He's just coming with those big hooks. Is he going to come out and take your head off? Is that like bound to happen? And are you kind of relishing that?
Like he cannot do anything else. As his style is the only thing he knows how to do is to go there and throw hands, and all those guys stay there, like stand with him and get knocked out. But that's not what's gonna happen to me. Like our strikers are not on the same level. You know, I do everything. Like my movement is better than his movement. I throw punches, I throw elbows, I throw knee, I throw kicks. My timing is good. You know, so our strike is not on the same level. Even if he trained for 10 years, his style won't change because that's what he does. He just go there and throw hands because he believes in his power. But for me, I'm not worried about that. I know, like I'm not. We are not even close, like in strike and levels, and especially like the guys that he fought are not on my level as well. And I'm gonna definitely surprise him with my skills on this fight.
Are you already thinking about your legacy in this game? Because we've already seen Bibiano, another great Brazilian who's left his mark as the best champion. I think no one would doubt that. Lineker, maybe he can put a run together, but you could really stop that plan for him and build your own legacy here. Do you think about that?
Yeah, for sure. That's why, like, even like he was the first guy that I actually call out before I even asked for the title. I wanted to fight him because I knew he was already the best fighter in one when he changed promotion. So I want to be the best. So I gotta beat the best guys, you know. And but it's kind of like on the end, it make a good story because he was never world champion, so he got the chance to be world champion. And maybe on his plans before I come, like nobody would stop him. You know, if he fight any of those guys, I believe he would knock them out as well. But I kind of like come to ruin all of his plans, and I'm gonna take the belt from him.
Are you intrigued about fighting in Malaysia? We haven't been out of Singapore for what, 2 years in one championship. So I'm actually in Malaysia. So I'm really excited to see the promotion finally without COVID go somewhere different. Is that interesting for you fighting in Malaysia?
Yeah, it's really nice, but I think the war is gonna be even more nice is because it's gonna be my first time fighting like for the public. Actually, like people gonna be there because all my 5 fights in one has been not public at all. So I'm more excited for that. Like, uh, for me, it doesn't matter where it is, like, but to have the people there like cheering, like screaming, that's gonna make me even more like excited.
Anything special planned for the walkout, given that there's going to be fans finally?
Yeah, yeah. I have already everything planned in my mind.
Did you watch Pride ever? Were you a fan of that? And like, they had the iconic walkouts. I mean, one championship is pretty good for that.
I didn't really watch Pride, like, cause I'm kind of like young, you know.
Fair, dude. What about I want to ask about Johnny Boy because man, with you, with Anatoly, with Pyotr, that guy seems to be on fire, and the way that you guys talk about him, he seems to be doing something special with you guys. Like, what is it like training with him?
He's just so committed to make you get better. You know, if he accepts to trains you, he'll really put the work, and he studied a lot. He's always like trying to learn something new, you know. So every time, every single session, like is a little bit different, and he'll like try something new to make you improve. You know, he's not just like doing the same thing to everyone. He really tried to see what works for you, what's gonna like make you level up, and all the details. You know, if you have to explain something to you like 1,000 times, he will do that. You know, so I think that's the difference between him and a lot of like coaches. He's not like just doing the same thing. He really like put effort to try to make the fighters that he trains be better, to get better. You know, and you can see that like everyone that he trains actually like gets better. You know.
What's it like for you training with Petr Yan before his last fight? People said he's the best bantamweight in the world. When you train with him, does it help show you that level that you're at?
Yeah, I haven't been trained with him for a while, but I trained with him maybe 2 years ago, and that for sure gave me a lot of like confidence come for those fights, you know, because I know the level I am, and like also going to Brazil and train with Jose Aldo, like all those like upcoming bantamweights as well, you know. So I've been like around a lot of people and see a lot of stuffs as well. So like that gives me a lot of confidence, and not just like about the level I am right now, but about like how good I still can get if I keep doing what I'm doing and training. Like I work like really, really hard. I live for this, like my life is about like be the best version of myself. So everything I do, I wake up to go train. I eat what I think that's gonna make me recover better, to have better muscle. Uh, After train, when I'm tired, I'm gonna like do sauna, ice bath. So everything I do is to related to fighting, to train, to get better. So I have no distractions right now. Everything I do is to be the best version of myself, and I think that's one of the reasons that I always come for those fights like super confident.
Because you are young, there's a lot you can still do. It's pretty exciting. Could you go up? Could you go down? Could you go to Muay Thai division? Is there anything else that's on your radar?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I plan to do, but try to do like one step at a time. Right now I'm just focused like in finish Lineker, and after that I'm gonna sit with one championship and see what we can do next.
Who's the most exciting fighter in one, in your opinion?
Myself.
I thought you might say that. Who do you like to watch though, apart from yourself? Who's the most
There's
exciting?
a lot of excited fighters. Mighty Mouse is really exciting. See, Anatoly is a wrestler that's knocking people out. So it's very excited, and we got like so many like different like styles. I got MMA, kickboxing. So I'm a former like kickboxing. So there's a lot of guys that I used to watch a lot. So like Petrosian, uh, Marat, all those guys. Like I'm always like very excited for those fights.
Have you ever trained with Superbon or any of those kind of amazing Thai
I
fighters?
trained with Marat, but no, not I didn't never train with Superbone. No, yeah,
What was training with Marat like? He's amazing.
yeah, it was nice. We spar, so it was cool. Well, it's been like maybe 4 years ago, but it was nice.
Wow. Man, you're a phenomenal talent. Wishing you so much luck for your fight. It's always great to speak to you, and thanks for making the time. Appreciate it.